Hey folks, thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to be making small mirrors for pocket or purse using small scraps of wood. Stick around, we'll get started. Preparation for today's project is pretty simple. What you need is a scrap of wood that is about at least twice the thickness of your mirror, just so that the mirror has room to recess when you put it in. This happens to be a pretty thick piece of Concalo Alves, which it's more than thick enough. You want it to also be thick. If you hollow the center out with a Forstner bit, the Forstner bit has a small point that extends further than the bottom of the hole. You want to make sure that that doesn't poke out the back. So, speaking of front and back, take the scrap of wood that you're going to use and decide which side is going to be the front and which is going to be the back. I've sanded the back of this piece and marked centers. Marked a line across from diagonals to find the center and put a really shallow little point back here. We'll use that in a moment to get it lined up as we mount it. Yeah, that's about it. Let's get over the lathe and we'll get started. Before I do that, the mirrors. Any hobby or craft store like Michael's is going to carry them. Some are plastic, some are actually glass. This one's glass. Just make sure that you have, if you're going to drill it with a drill, make sure that you have a drill bit that matches the diameter of the mirror that you want. Otherwise, you can do it with a spindle gouge, but it's easier to have a matching drill bit. So let's go over to the lathe and I'll show you how I mount this up. All right, to mount this, well, first of all, let me talk about what's in the headstock. I happen to have the Ruth Niles off-center pennant jig, which is fine for this, but it's really, you don't have to have something like this. Any jam chuck or chuck that you could mount in, if I mounted a chuck and then mounted a small scrap of wood in it and faced it off, that would be just fine. I just need a flat surface that I can use to glue this to. And the way that I'm going to make sure that it gets glued on straight is using that little point that I created when I put the center on. So if you see here, I'm going to put this in the center, slide it up, and then when I tighten it down, I know it's centered on that point. And what I'm going to use to hold it on is just hot melt glue. So let me grab that. It's been warming up. I'll put a little bit on it and then we'll get going. And actually, you know what? I put the dot on the wrong side. Let me quickly do that because the other side is smoother. Let me quickly find the center and then I'll be right back. It doesn't have to be perfectly centered, you just want to make sure that it's large enough that your mirror is going to fit. So grab some hot melt. It doesn't take very much hot melt glue to get this on really well. I've broken more than one pendant trying to get them off after the hot melt binds so well. I'm not pushing in very far. You can see that the point is not digging in because eventually I'm going to take some off the back as well. So, but no worries. This is where the drill bit's going to be. All right. Well, that's setting up. And Let me get the tool rest in place. And I'll let that cool for a few minutes and I'll be back. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is grab a spindle gouge and cut this down to round. I know that it's large enough that it really doesn't matter, but I want to get that round first. Okay, that's good enough to start with. Now let me grab my drill chuck and I will drill out the hole for the mirror. Okay. Closer. I'll turn the speed way down. And by way down, I mean like down to like 200 RPM. Such a large drill bit, there's a lot of torque. Mirror, and that should be deep enough so that if it's in a pocket or a purse, the surface of the mirror isn't going to get scratched. All right. Stay. So now it's time to decide whether you want to make it thicker, thinner, make it just a really tiny rim, do a bead or a cove. I did two different prototypes, one with a very thin edge all the way around, one with a wider edge and a bit of a bead. But sky's the limit. See about putting a bead and then a cove, maybe something like that. Let's see what it comes out. If you're worried about dislodging it from the hot melt glue letting go, if you get a catch, you can bring up your tailstock, although I would suggest taking the little pin out of the center. So let me do that. Frankly, I did those first two without it and didn't have any problems, but might as well try it. And I'm not worried about scratching up the inside of it because obviously the mirror is going to have it covered. that, and where's my tool? There's my tool. Not too bad. Well, actually, when I flip it around, we'll take off some of this thickness, so it's not quite so chunky. I think that's good for now. Let me go ahead and sand this and put a little bit of triple E on it for finish. I just plugged in my hot glue gun. Let me give it a second to warm up, and then I'll be back and we'll flip it around. Okay, so I pulled it off the hot glue block and waited for the glue to heat back up. With a dimple on the back, I should be able to put just a little bit of glue on it. Bring the tailstock up, push against that point, and let the glue dry again. Quickly before the glue dries. Alright. See how that looks. It doesn't have to be perfectly centered, you just want it close so that you're not dealing with a really off center bit. So let me go ahead and leave that to dry for a moment. I'll be right back. Alrighty, let me get a spindle gouge and we will thin this down a bit and smooth it out and make it slightly dome shaped. Have a little bit too crisp of an edge there where it's a little bit off center, but I'll take take some coarse sandpaper to it and then I'll smooth that out. When you pull the tailstock away, I'll finish doming over the back. I'm going to put a couple of grooves on the back of it just for the look. Yeah. Grab some sandpaper and we'll get the back of it sanded, throw on some Triple E and call it good. Okay, this off. All right, let me clean this residue of this hot melt glue up, and I'll meet you over at the table, and we'll put this thing together. So the mirrors that I get from Michaels have little small foam pads on the back that I took into account when I was figuring out the depth. But it's nice that it doesn't sit directly against the wood against glass. If you want to make a really thin mirror, you can scrape off these little foam pads, and it'll be a bit. You won't have to go quite as deep. Let's see. For attaching it, I'm just going to use hot melt glue. Mainly because there's a bit of flexibility there. If it takes a knock in a pocket or purse, I'd rather it have some give. It should be just a matter of dropping it in, squeezing it down a little, and letting it sit for a minute. So that is that. Thanks for sticking with me. If it's your first time here, please be sure to hit subscribe, like, comment, share. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like. I try to put out one of these a week or so we'll see you next time. Take care.